Typically, everybody said that people around here didn't like produce. Well, of course you don't like produce if it's coming from Idaho a couple months ago and it tastes like, you don't like it. But if you were to taste this stuff growing here in this icy cold virgin soils, you definitely have a different opinion on that. So I think we have a real plus that the stuff we're selling is very good tasting. We're the only commercial farm, I would think west of the Alaska range, but maybe there's some in Dillingham, but no one's doing anything near the quantities that we're growing. So this high tunnel was tomatoes and cucumbers. The next one was all zucchini. We did about 4,000 pounds of zucchini this year, and the last one was all strawberries. Produce in the bush has not really ever been available, and especially Alaskan grown produce has not been available at all. We could really make this available to everybody. I'm not shy to say that we could be feeding everybody off the road system in this part of the state. You know, every gardening book you'll read tells you not to harvest your Brussels sprouts and cabbage till after you had a few good frosts, because the frost, the cold, turns the starches into sugars and everything tastes better after a few frosts. And there's ice under my plants about 1.5 feet, 2 feet down. It's frozen ground, permafrost. And that icy cold ground, that's why they're so sweet. Yeah, we eat a lot of it. A lot of it. I can't compare it with anything because we don't go buying cabbage and carrots from anybody. I came to Alaska in July of 1976. I came up as a commercial pilot, came out to Bethel and was flying airplanes for about 10 years and got into construction and built a lot of homes for the next 10 years and started farming. Bethel, there's 6,000 people. We can grow way more than what we can sell in Bethel, so we're faced with every year trying to figure out how to grow less. And I don't like figuring out how to grow less. I want to kind of grow more. And never expected it to take off like it did, but here we are today.
Someone commented on the cabbage box.
We have a website. You go on there. We have about 4 boxes now, different boxes. So the typical box that we're shipping out right now with Alaskan grown stuff is a head of cabbage, a couple, possibly 3 pounds of carrots, several pounds of potatoes, some turnips, and typically a nice onion. I make the box, I take it to the airport, ship the box. Thanks a lot.
You have a great day, sir.
You bet. This 20-pound box of produce in the hands of all the people in the villages, and with the birds and the fish and the moose that are available to them, and now this healthy staple, you're going to feed your family very good tasting, healthy food for a week. So if you were to get this twice a month, it would eventually have a huge effect on your health, eating this versus Twinkies and pop. We grew enough food this year for about 3,000 boxes of produce like this. It would not be hard to grow twice as much as we are growing right now. Well, it's supposedly not good growing here, is from what I've heard before I got started. I would hope to think that people are changing their minds because of what we're doing, but I basically look at, we have this Kuskokwim River here that we've had millions of tons of salmon going up every year for the last million years. And the Yukon River is just about 50, 60 miles north of here, same situation. And we're in this huge delta where all those fish have died and washed back out to the ocean throughout this delta. It sure seems to be a good place to grow. I mean, it isn't difficult to get stuff to grow here. So we're in this remote region the size of Texas that has 53 villages scattered around it. And everything goes from the hub, which we are, onto small airplanes and flowing out to these villages on a daily basis. Hard for anybody driving around the country to imagine that, but that's, I think, a very good way to describe how remote we are. There's nothing here for agriculture whatsoever in town, so can't go down the road and buy anything. There is no road and there's nothing here for agriculture. Can't even buy a wagon, nothing. So we ended up really making a lot of our stuff in the beginning. Used it for years and still using some of it. Well, I turned the vacuum on and I got these holes drilled in there, so the vacuum makes one seed stick in every hole, and then I dump the extras off. I fill these with dirt and pack them down a little bit so they're down about quarter, half inch. Set that in there and you turn this flat upside down and shut the vacuum off, and one seed will fall in every cell. And then I put a little more dirt on top and level it off, water it, and we're good to go. That's it. Lots of innovations. I like that part of it. So I don't know what's next, but I think this one's going to take me to the end.